Hi, what's up, guys? First of all, welcome to my Coinbase Hub. I'm your new crypto messenger, and I have great news for you. Now, here's the special reason why I brought this message to you. Watch this.
Okay, so compound interest. Who thinks they know about compound interest? Okay. Most of what we're taught about compound interest, when we do learn about it in school, we're not really taught how it applies to making money. And so I want to present to you a different side of it today. And do me a favor. If you have kids or grandchildren, if you can teach them this, you'll give them one of the greatest gifts that you could ever give someone for their financial life. Because on their side, they have time. And as you'll soon see, time is one of the great leaders. If you don't have a lot of time, that's okay. We can make up for that with a high compounding rate. But let's get started. I want to start off by telling you a little story. So legend has it that one day, many centuries ago, there was a king. And the king was bored. So he found a mathematician and he said, invent me a game. Okay, invent me a game that will keep me entertained. So the mathematician came up with the game of chess, and the king loved it. Okay, he immediately started playing, he fell in love with this game, and he said to the mathematician, you know, this is such a great game, name your price, I will give you anything you want. And the mathematician thought about it for a second, and then he replied, well, here's what I would like, Your Majesty. I would like 1 grain of rice. If you were to take that, put it on a square of the chessboard. On the second square, double it, so 2 grains. On the third square, double it, 4 grains, 8 grains, 16 grains, and so on and so forth, until all 64 squares on that chessboard are filled up with rice. Now the king thought to himself, what a fool. You know, I was ready to give this guy a stack of gold. I was ready to give him land, and he's asked me for a few grains of rice. Here's my question to you. And if anyone can guess this answer, I'll give you $1,000 cash right here and right now. How many grains, and no cheating on your calculators, I see a few people taking out their phones. How many grains of rice would there be at the very end of that? If we were to double 1 grain on the first square, 2 grains, 4 grains, 8 grains, all the way through every 64 square, how many grains of rice? Does anyone know? Have a wild guess. Over 3 million. Does anyone think more? How many? 50 million. Anyone think there would be more than 50 million? Remember, we're only starting with 1 grain of rice. Yes. 60 million? 128 million? Let's see. Here's what it would look like. You see 1 grain here, 2 grains, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, so on. Which would give you a grand total of this number, which I can't even pronounce. But that's what it would be. You take all the grain, it would be higher than Mount Everest. That's how big the pile would be. Or another way of looking at it, take the entire worldwide production of rice in 2010, and it would be 1,000 times the size of that. Now let's think about that for a second. How did 1 square grow to such an insanely high amount? It's simple. It's compound interest. And you'll notice that when we were guessing the answers, we were way off. Okay, way off. And that's the fallacy of the human mind, because the human mind, we're able to see linear growth. However, compound interest is not linear. It is exponential. And our minds are really not good at doing the mental calculations for the amount of growth that occurs in the later stages of compound interest.
That short clip on compound interest was delivered by my young mentor, Mark Lloyd, the creator of Move, and I have his permission as a Move consultant to share. Now, having already researched Bitcoin and in sync with its huge potential, and I discovered that I can easily compound my residual affiliate income rather than investing my hard-earned cash. Yes, I found a perfect vehicle to allow me to start my own compounding project, and it's my desire to share this secret with you. Now, please take note of my brief disclaimer here. I am only an investor and not a financial advisor. This is just for educational purposes, Do your own research properly. Never invest any more than you are prepared to lose. Click the instant access button below and sign up to Coinbase. And when you sign up under me, you become a part of the indestructible blockchain for good. And you then have the free resources to start investing in cryptocurrency of choice. Isn't this exciting? Don't be left behind. Simply click the button below to gain instant access to my sign up page and sign up ASAP. And remember, it's free to join Coinbase. May the crypto force be with you. Thanks again. This is Crypto Messenger from Biz-Help-Hub. Take care. Bye.